again, I'm Oluwatife from Gallant Tutors. Alright, so without wasting much of our time, we have indirect and direct objects. How do you identify indirect and direct objects? Now, remember that objects generally as an element of the sentence is what receives the action. But now we can have our objects coming in two forms: our direct object denoted as DO and our indirect object denoted as what? IO. Now, our direct object is that particular entity that receives the action, while the indirect object is the element that, or is basically a word or words that receives the direct object. Now, there is one simple round to teach you right now. Now, how do you know a direct object and an indirect object from a sentence like this? Now, note, if a direct object, or let's say if an indirect object is to be followed by a direct object, that means a direct object is preceding an indirect object, the words will be followed by what? By words like to, of, and for. Now you understand this as we move into this example. Now let's move on. We said, look at the sentence where we have he gave the book to me. He gave the book to me. Now, he gave, he is the subject here, gave is the verb, like we said in the last class. Now, the book here is that particular entity receiving the action word gave. So the book here is our direct object. So we can actually look at this here. For our question 1, we can say that what our direct object is what? The book. But like we said, indirect object is that particular entity or word that receives the word direct object. So what is receiving the direct object, which is what? Book right here, it is what? Me. So our indirect object is what? Me. Also note that this sentence can be what? Rephrased just like this. That means the indirect object is preceding the direct object. When we have he gave me the book. Now in this case where the indirect object is preceding the direct object, these three words will not appear in this sentence. In the sentence, that means they may not appear in the sentence. Now let's move on to the second example. We have Guatemala provides excellent facilities for vacationers. Now Guatemala here is the subject. Provides here is the what? Verb. Excellent is just an adjective for what? For facilities. Now we have two objects here, which is what? Facilities and vacationers. But facilities rather is receiving directly the action, which is what? Provide. Facilities is receiving the action, which is what? Provide. And vacationer is receiving the what? The direct object, which is what? Facilities. Vacationer is receiving the direct object, which is what? Facilities. So we have that our direct object, which is receiving the action straight up, is what? Facilities. So we have facilities. Then we have our indirect object, which is receiving the direct object, facility, is what? Vacationers. Now, note that this sentence rather, can be rephrased as Guatemala provides vacationers with excellent facilities. Now, you can see that this way The indirect object is preceding the what? Direct object, IO. This is what DO. So we are lacking any of these three. You can as well pause this video right here to try this question yourself. Now the last one says we supplied in food and drink. So what do you think the direct object or indirect object would be in this case? Now in this case, the indirect object is preceding the direct object. We supplied in food and drink. The indirect object is preceding the direct object because we don't have any of these three words here. So it means that our we is the subject, supplied is verb, then in is indirect object. So you have here that what our direct object is what? Is food and drink, and our indirect object is what? In. So with this, we have come to the end of this class. Please don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe so you can get more notifications as we post more educational content on this platform. Thank you.